Like, would you say that it's a good place to
raise a family?
Raise a family, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes it doesn't even feel. I didn't grow up in a bad place,
right?
But it doesn't even feel like real life sometimes, just because of how nice everything is, and it feels so safe. I mean, there's crime everywhere, but you know, I think it was last year maybe we were ranked number 1 safest city in South Carolina by like safety.com or something. Bluffton was,
right?
You know, and there's other areas that are very nice too, but man, it's gotten very busy. You know that traffic's busy, all this, but it's still a small town, and you hear people say it a lot. But man, it's just like, you know, I was with a girl the other day that's joining us, and we were just down at Corner Park having coffee, and I saw like 4 people. We're just outside. 4 people came up and said hey to me.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I'm like, she's going to think I'm like the mayor of this town or something. She just moved here. And she's like, man, everybody knows you. And I'm like, well, not really. But it just happened to be one of those days that I'm in Old Town Bluffton, and here's everybody popping in and out of the coffee shop, and I happen to know a lot of them.
It's like a really fast-growing area, but it's still got like that small-town vibe.
So much.
Where you like see people all the time, you're like, oh, I know that person.
Exactly.
Or like the same thing, like they come up and say, hey, you know.
Yeah. You go out to eat, and we have festivals every weekend. I mean, there's a festival. I mean, it's not here or Hilton Head. It's in Beaufort. It's in Savannah. I mean, there's festivals everywhere. And you go to those, and you just run into people, and there's such and such, you know, with their kid, and, you know, they're playing and having a good time. And the cool thing now, not only with the safety, but, you know, a lot of the additions they've done is they built that beautiful park on the water. So now you got the Church of the Cross, you got a park, you got the old oyster factory, another area where everybody puts their boats in, but they have, you know, festivals there with a fire pit, and everything's, you know, a lot of that is based on the water, which is really cool. Yeah. Then you can come to Hilton Head, be here in 20 minutes, and either be at the beach or you're at one of the marinas enjoying dinner. You know, you got friends, and we don't have a boat, but you have friends with a boat. You go out on a Saturday or Sunday, spend the day on the water, go over to Defusky Island, you know, on the boat, which is really cool. A lot of people do that here, and it's just, you hear a lot of people come down here and say, oh, there's nothing to do. And a lot of them, I guess, are used to cities. Yeah. Because we don't have maybe the nightlife. Yeah. But if you have a family, there's always something to do.
This is the place.
I mean, in sports leagues, I play in a softball league. You know, there's kickball leagues, volleyball league. The rec center has basketball. I mean, they have everything you can think of. And they're competitive, big-time leagues. And I'm sure once he's a little older, he may come watch me in softball. And Clay was talking to me yesterday about maybe getting in the pickleball league, and, you know, me and him be playing doubles and you know, just being very active. But it's also, you see people, and your kids see people, and, you know, we go to a big church, so you see a ton of people there, and so it's big and it's growing, but it's still it's kind of like the small town I grew up in, where you still see a lot of people you